and a good morning. Thanks for stopping by. It is Friday, April 15th. I'm Mark Fothergill, President, Founder, CEO, Replicars Incorporated, replicars.com. And yes, it's Friday. It's time for another blog video. Okay, great weather in Vermont. We're looking at an incredible weekend coming up. Supposed to be in the 70s all next week, 60s, 70s. So I'm going to say spring is here. Bring it on, baby. Not that we had a winter, but we're happy that the good weather is here. I'm going to change it up a little bit this week. I got a hot topic that I don't think a day goes by that I don't get this question, but I'm going to cover all the other stuff real quick. Catalogs. We got 2 new catalogs in the mail. We have a 143rd catalog and a 118th catalog. If you collect a specific scale, you would get that catalog. But if you collect both scales, you will be receiving both. They might be staggered a few days apart, but they both went in the mail, I believe, on Wednesday of this week. So keep an eye out for those. There is a promo code on those catalogs for a discount. Club members, you're getting special catalogs with a special code for an additional discount. Anything shown in these catalogs, they're going to be good, I think, for about 30 days, 45 days. So be on the lookout. Check that mailbox daily, and be on the lookout for those new catalogs coming. Okay, right off the bat, we got to go back to the Replicars Indie. Okay, and again, not a day goes by that I don't get at least 5 emails. Where is the Paxton turbine? Okay, let me get it up here front and center. Okay, first things first, the model came out absolutely fantastic. Okay, yes, we know the delays are long and many, but for good reason. Keep in mind, when we first announced the model, it was just going to be a static, display model, sealed body resin. Since then, okay, we have come up with a removable panel to show the fully detailed turbine engine, and the nose also pops off to show the suspension and all the control arms up front. So we've improved the model dramatically, and nobody wants the model to arrive more than us. It's just something that in talking and emailing back and forth, I'm going to say 99% of the collectors I talk to agree that we want to ship you a beautiful model that you're proud to put in your collection, and we're proud to put our name on, instead of hurrying a project and shipping you a subpar quality, let's say, that you're not happy with. So again, with that all said, it's about to be the completion date, I think, is April 23rd. We are definitely going to be shipping in May, so get ready. As soon as they get here, we're going to be pumping those orders out. We still have, I think we're going to be around 200 pieces when the shipment lands that we have left. So this is going to be a quick sellout. We know that. If you have an order in, you're set. If you don't, now is the time to get one in. Okay, we're going to move on. Again, we still have good stock on the 49 Bill Holland Indy winner Blue Crown. Our Blue Crowns have received rave reviews from you, our collectors, our dealers, but also some of the magazines that have reviewed the models. We got very high marks. And again, we're breaking the adage that you can't do opening features with resin. You can't have engine detail. Our models are resin, but we have opening hoods, engine detail, all that stuff they told us we couldn't do, we have. So if you're an indie collector, make sure check out our brand. Right on the homepage of replicars.com, upper left, Replicars exclusives. Look for the Indy series. We have a 143rd Indy. We have 118th Indy. So if that fits your collecting theme, make sure you check them out. But another one that we're gonna announce this today. Okay, we brought this idea out. I think it was 2 years ago, and we got an incredible response, but we had a little issue with the clarity and what the deal was. Okay, this is the Marmon Wasp 1911 that we feel is the race day version. Okay, and as you'll see, it has more of an orange tint to it. Okay, white wheel tires, I should say. And if you notice, the rear stinger has a downward swoop to it, whereas the original car that we produced, the model, We consider that the restored version, and by no means are we discrediting that in any way, but the Stinger is straight and actually has a little, upswept. This, if you look at the difference between the two, and I'm going to have a comparison that I'm going to be posting up on the blog, and I'll be doing some Facebook posts showing the differences. And of course, notice Ray Haroon driver figure, okay? We're producing this to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Indy 500, which is next month. This model is being built to order. If you don't pre-order, you won't get one. It's that simple. We're doing it. This is going to be a very small run. We're thinking maybe 300 pieces. So it's listed right now in the 118th Indy category, okay? It's up there, pre-orders, and again, built to order. And this is going to be one that down the road, what a great way to display your original Wasp is what we consider, right next to the one that we consider is the race day. And you see, yes, the color is different, but make sure you check out on the site. We have some additional images of the close-up of the figurine. Is absolutely incredible. His hands are actually on the steering wheel instead of having little stumps, which, a lot of manufacturers try to get away with. But and there are significant differences between this and the original Wasp. So that one's up there. That will be shown in our email today. So if you want to go to the website right now, it's up there, and get those pre-orders in. Okay, now the hot topic today. The question I get all the time. Resin versus die-cast metal, okay? This is a question that comes up so often, and, if you don't have good knowledge of the hobby and of manufacturing, it's a hard, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow for a lot of 1/18th guys, okay? 1/43rd, the market has been taken over by resin. Very few manufacturers are doing metal. Look at mini champs. I mean, very, very few cars that they're doing now are metal. And especially the Formula One series is a perfect example of how, there's maybe, I think this year for 2016, Mercedes and McLaren are the only two teams they're doing in metal. Okay. So back to, 1/43rd, it's a done deal. Spark, hottest stuff going in 1/43rd, it's all resin. Okay. So that barrier has already been broken in the 1/43rd market. 1/18th. Okay. It comes down to simple math. Okay. Now take, for example, this is our 1977 Coyote AJ Foyt, which, by the way, this is in production. We have a delivery date of late June, early July. Get your pre-orders in on these. These are going to be low runs, probably in the 500 to 600 piece count. But for example, okay, back on point. To produce a good quality, like we consider this, great quality, but we're not talking CMC. Okay, a good quality 1/18th scale model. The tooling and mold charges alone are in the vicinity of about $150,000. You haven't made any models yet. You haven't paid for any models yet. You have $150,000 just in the tooling. Let's do some math. Say we're producing a 1,000 piece run. That's $150 per model that you already have in charges, but you haven't made any models yet, okay? Are you getting the picture? Now say we have a cost of $150, hypothetically. We have $300 just in the cost and the tooling, okay? So you can see why so many manufacturers are staying away from producing metal because they can't cover the cost of those upfront charges of producing the tooling and the molds needed to do die-cast metal. Resin, we look at it, it's about a 10 to 12% ratio on the cost and the setup and the molds and all that good stuff versus metal. So again, it's a math deal, guys. And yeah, sure, long term, yeah, CMC is going to always do metal. Auto Art will always do metal. But the smaller manufacturers and even some big ones you're seeing, look at mini champs. A lot of their 1/18 scale cars are now resin. Spark have always been resin. TSM, a lot of their 1/18 resin. So you see this transition. And again, I know a lot of you don't like it. You don't agree with it. If I had my way, everything would be metal. Everything would have opening features. It's just the way the hobby is going. And I can't say it any clearer or more clear cut. And I hate to break the news, but get used to it, because as time goes, as we go down this road, more and more manufacturers are going to make the jump to resin. Replicars, we're doing both. We're doing metal and we're doing resin. But we know, going in that we can do opening features. We can do engine detail. So don't be scared off by the word resin. And if you haven't seen one of our Indy cars, you want to try one out, by all means, you have questions, contact me. Call me, 802-747-7151. You can email me, mark@replicars.com. And I'd be glad to explain, guys, if you want to talk about this, the resin versus metal, I'm all for it. I'm just trying to, I guess, portray some of these scenarios that as manufacturers we see and we're up against when it comes to new projects. Okay, I think that's everything we got to cover there. A quick tidbit of info, and I know a couple of you have kind of been pushing us and prodding us and asking 1/12 Indy cars. A lot of 1/12 guys, yeah, I like 1/18th, but 12th is my scale. We are going to do a 1/12 scale Indy car. We're not going to disclose it yet, what the first one's going to be. We're waiting for final pricing and where we're going to be as far as the price point. But I'm going to say by next week's video, I'm going to have some information and time frames and what that first release is going to be. So my first shout out goes to Dave Carter for pushing us a little harder to get into that scale. But it is feasible. It is something we're going to do. So Dave, thanks for the feedback and the input. And we got your name on the first one already. So okay, quick on the shout outs this week. Dave Zeman, Greenfield, Wisconsin. Dave, longtime supporter. He's been with us since 2002. 14-year veteran, just had his anniversary. He is a club member. Dave, thanks so much for your continued patronage. We can't say it enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our loyal repeat customers. Without you guys, we would never be the company we are today. So a big thank you to all our customers, but especially our longtime supporters. John Shirey, Sacramento, California. John, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Club member. He's been with us since 2008. Just had his 8-year anniversary as a Replicars customer. John, thank you so much. Vic Van Wagner out in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Victor, another strong supporter of Replicars. Just talked to Vic earlier this week. Hope all is well out your way. And he's been with us since 2008. Just had his 8-year anniversary. He is a club member. Raymond Caron. Ray, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Just had your 14-year anniversary. He's been with us since 2002. How do you have customers this long? You've been in business this long. Yes, 25 years serving the model hobby. We have what we feel is the best selection, the best staff. It's easy. If you don't, 30-day, no questions, no hassle, money-back guarantee. Anything you purchase from us, there's a guarantee. And we're collectors ourselves. We know how the hobby works. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure every purchase with Replicars is that wow factor. Okay. I think I gave Joe a shout out a while back, but Joe Malika out in California. Joe, he's been with us since 2000. Just had his 16th anniversary as a Replicars customer, club member. Joe, hope all is well out your way. And again, thank you for the long, loyalty, repeat business. We truly appreciate it. Okay, I think it's a wrap. I hope the new format is well accepted. Every few weeks, I'm going to try to get a hot topic to talk about. And again, any comments, questions, shoot me an email, mark@replicars.com. I'm glad to help any way I can, explain these things in more detail. Check us out online, replicars.com. Thanks again for stopping by. Catch you all next week.